tormenting the most impoverished immigrants is going to lower your grocery bill? Do you believe that locking up asylum seekers will make your health insurance cheaper? Do you honestly think that expanding the detention camps is going to raise your wages or make housing more affordable? The people making billions from the immigration detention camps are not the immigrants. They're the private corporations, the federal contractors, the executives, the investors, and the wealthiest elite billionaires in the United States. They are making a killing off incarcerated immigrants and their families. They profit from every bed being filled. They profit when facilities expand. They profit when fear is high and outrage is pointed at the most powerless instead of the most powerful. Blaming nonviolent immigrants for high food prices, expensive healthcare, stagnant wages, and housing costs ignores the real drivers. Corporate price setting, wage suppression, healthcare monopolies, housing speculation, and economic policy shaped by the wealthy donors. Redirecting anger towards the vulnerable protects everyone at the top. It doesn't lower your bills, it doesn't increase your paycheck, and it doesn't make your rent cheaper. It doesn't fix inflation. It protects profiters. And while people argue about immigrants, the detention machine expands. Thousands of children were separated during Trump's first term. Approximately 5,500 kids were taken away from their parents, and the government had no viable system to track them. 6 years later, 1,360 children were still not united with their parents. Skip to today. Now arrests are being pushed to 3,000 immigrants a day. That's a quota. When enforcement is measured in numbers, detention becomes an assembly line of mass incarceration. And when detention centers are flooded to hit targets, people die. 2025 was the deadliest year in ICE custody in 2 decades. 2026 is already adding up to beat it. Roughly 43 documented deaths are tied to immigrant enforcement in just 1 year. 43 human beings who should still be here. At the same time, ICE is expanding 104 more facilities in a single year. That's a 91% increase, with the plan to reach over 90,000 more beds by the end of this year. That's not border security. That's rapid expansion of profiting from civilian incarceration. And with all this expansion, training is being cut. A former ICE agent called the academy deficient, defective, and broken. There's shorter training, fewer exams, a reduction in use of force simulations, and less constitutional instruction, more quotas and less guardrails. And you think this will really end with immigrants? When rights become optional for one group, they weaken for everybody, and there's no such thing as selective liberty. If a government can suspend the rights for some, that when it's politically convenient, it can suspend them for all. And the only people consistently protected in this movement are the wealthiest elites who are profiting greatly.